Our Big Ten Network coverage of the Final Four continues from Dallas. Dave Revsine, Jim Jackson, Steve Bardo, and a very familiar face for college basketball fans and NBA fans, for that matter. Kenny Smith from CBS and Turner joining us right now. And
you couldn't get two better guys from the Big Ten.
Yeah. Well, this is
Big Ten has to offer.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We sent out a lot of feelers, and
That's all they came up with.
It was very difficult.
It's not
for
like
us.
they did anything at Illinois and Ohio State.
No.
You guys didn't do anything.
Couple guys, just a couple random guys. For you, as you kind of you go back and forth, obviously, between the pro world and the college world, what's it like to spend this month or so, focusing solely on the college game?
Well, it's a lot of fun. I think it's the first year we did it, 3 years ago, was a little difficult. But then I realized that no one knows the players at Appalachian State until we see them for the first time in the field of 64. But, I've always followed. I was pretty heavy in the AAU programs. And then, following the ACC, I would always follow the team that played North Carolina. So I would see, 15 teams a year, plus all the Carolina games. And then you throw in a couple other teams that I just had kids that I knew. So I had a familiarity with it. So it wasn't a big transition until the tournament. But y'all work, man. College basketball, y'all work. NBA, we do, a game a night and we leave, man. But you're doing 13, 12 games in one day. That's a difficult task.
It's heavy lifting. It's an arduous job.
Yeah, no question.
Hey, Kenny, for me,
we're up to it, though.
We've been removed from the game for a long time. You're a lot older than, of course, I am. Of course, but when it comes back to this time of the year, does anything stand out from your career or your time at North Carolina in regards to the NCAA tournament?
Well, I think the passion hasn't changed. I think the energy hasn't changed. I just think the awareness is different, because of, the social media and the four networks, TBS, TNT, CBS, and True TV all covering it at one time. It's just the awareness. But, it hurt just as much when you lost, for everybody. And I always realized, Steve, too, that this is like this might be the last time that they'll ever be on this stage.
That's a great point.
99%. So when I'm announcing the game or talking about the game, I realize that this is their moment, that they'll never be on television again, 99% of the kids that are playing in this.
When you look at the tournament and you look at the way college sports is starting to change, the landscape starting to change, what would be your best scenario? Would you let guys come out from high school? Would you want them to stay 1 year? Would you want them to stay 2 years? What would be your best case scenario? Because that ruling affects the NBA as much as it does college basketball.
Well, my first thing is I would stop making rules for 1% of the people. Only 1% of the people going in the NBA. All of these rules that they're making up and these constraints about, there's 99% of the people that are not going to be in the NBA.
Right.
Make the rules for the 99%. I just know being here this weekend and being around the AAU teams, there's a lot of kids that you have to see multiple times to give a scholarship. And then the rules are saying, well, no, you can only come this time of year. And this time, well, that's for 1% of the guys. Jim Jackson, when he was in high school, I could walk in the gym and go, I want him. You walk in the gym, I'm about to see you 10 times.
No, here's the thing. You would have known right away there, too. Yeah. It just would have been the opposite reaction. Yeah.
I'm about to see you 10 times. So I think that the rules are just being made for 1% of the people, which make no sense. Don't worry about the 1%. They'll be fine.
Right.
Those guys will be fine. You don't have to worry about the other 99.
And I don't think people understand, too, how that impacts the NBA. Now you got younger players that come in that are not experienced. When we came out, we had to be prepared and ready to go. And plus, it was older. How does that impact the league as well?
Well, I think the one thing is it puts a magnifying glass on the general managers who don't know what they're doing because they drafted on potential instead of on actuality. And, it's hard to roll the dice. And then, instead of having a guy who's been there for 4 years or been there for 3 years and has a track record, but to draft a guy after, be lucky and pick up Kyrie Irving after 8 games and say, yeah, he's good, that's a luck pick. That's not a evaluation that I would say that is, was smart. I just think that it was, you're fortunate. But, you see a guy for 90 games, you pretty much know that he's a pretty good player or not. Right. And I think that's where you have to evaluate on 90 games. I would never evaluate a guy on, less than 30 games.
All right, now I'm gonna put you on the spot now.
Yeah.
We gotta have some picks. So who you
my
like in
two
these
teams,
games?
They weren't a wild card, but my 2 teams that I had I called wild cards at the beginning was UConn and Wisconsin.
Really?
And they're both here. So my other 2 teams I picked is North Carolina was one, but they're gone.
Of course, of course.
But I just felt that, with UConn's guard play, I thought it was going to be difficult to get them out. And then the diversity of Wisconsin, I thought was going to be super difficult to get them out, and their experience. So, I've been right up into this point. If I had to pick a team, I had Wisconsin going to the finals against North Carolina and North Carolina beating y'all. I say y'all because your son.
Yeah.
But so I have to go with Wisconsin right now. Big Ten Network.
How about that?
I like
yeah.
it. I like
Everyone likes that pick. Finally, tell us what you're doing for Enterprise.
Well, I'm here with the ultimate pickup moment, which is basically fans throughout the whole tournament have been voting on their favorite NCAA tournament moment of all time. And today I'm basically announcing what it was. You can go to Facebook on Enterprise/Enterprise and see it. I had picked the Lorenzo Charles.
Nice.
It didn't win.
Really?
It came in second.
What came in first?
Christian Leitner.
Oh, okay.
I can't even say the school. It hurt me to even say his name, man. So Christian Leitner was the ultimate moment that fans picked, and some of them will get an opportunity to win chances to tickets to the Final Four next year.
So was it easier for you to make an NC State pick than a Duke pick?
Oh, without question. I can say NC State, I can say Raleigh, but I always say just the school in Durham.
Kenny Smith, thanks for taking some time to talk to us.
All right, thanks
Appreciate
a lot.
it.
Man.